Let's go, boys. Let's go. Who's fired up for today? The NFL is back, baby. The NFL is back. Unfortunately, it does mean the end of summer, but the NFL is back. That's all that really matters today. We've all had today circled on the calendar, and the NFL is back. Woo! How's everybody doing on this great Thursday, what is now afternoon? Coming at you guys a little bit later. Forgot to mention it on yesterday's episode of The Daily Show, but I did mention it on Payoff Pitch that the wife and I've mentioned it a few times here from time to time that how we purchased a new place, but it's a fully place that needs to be fully renovated. And today was one of those days where we had to go to the slab yard and actually pick out countertops and backsplash and tile and do all that fun stuff. So that's why we're coming at you guys a little bit later on. So I apologize for that, but thank you guys for hanging out with me. What would be around lunchtime for most people. Look forward to this show. We got a big show on tap. We're, of course, going to talk some NFL. We'll talk some soccer. We'll talk some baseball. We'll do rapid fire during this show as well, because we're not going to do payoff pitch. We'll do rapid fire right here. Then we also got some programming notes. We got some things changing here. So we want to stay tuned to the end and make sure you listen to those programming notes. But overall, the NFL's fucking back, baby. The NFL's back. Get fired up. All right, what do we do around here? We always got to make sure we recap the previous day. So with that being said, as painful as it is, and it's not been fun around here too lately in terms of bets, but you know what? We'll still do the recap because that's what we do around here. Let's first talk about those soccer bets. Let's talk about those wins first. How about Napoli plus a half? Don't be scared of Liverpool. Don't be scared of Liverpool. We've seen them in the Premier League. Now they're going to go on the road to Napoli? Nah, we were all on that Napoli, and that was just a fantastic result. We didn't need the half point or half goal or whatever. We didn't need the half a goal. But that game in 4-1, 5-1, either way, this is an absolute beatdown what Napoli put on them. So good result right there. What about Lewandowski to score two or more goals? He ended the game with a hat trick. That came through for us in the first half. So love to see that right there. What about Barcelona to score 2 or more goals in the first half at plus money? Yeah, another good cash for us. We were dialed in on that game. Let's talk about these losses here for soccer. And this is where the heartbreak started early, guys. That Ajax versus Rangers game, both teams are scoring over 2.5. Now, watched a little bit of that game. Ajax dominated. They absolutely dominated. Rangers only had about 25% of the ball. That being said, when I talk about the heartbreak, they got a goal. They had 25% of the ball, and they got a goal. And then VAR ripped it away due to offsides in the buildup. I mean, it happens. You know, that's not the upsetting part. The upsetting part is you only get 25% of the ball, and yet you still manage a goal. Tough stuff right there for go ahead and lose that one. Club Brugge team total over 1.5 goals. I did not watch that game other than it not going our way. It was probably just a good old sports betting loss. Doesn't look like, at least from watching the highlights or reading about the game, we didn't get screwed or we didn't have any heartbreak on that one. So that one was just a good old sports betting loss. Barcelona, the clean sheet. I'm going to give you guys my exact reaction to Barcelona, the clean sheet, as I was watching that game. I'm sitting here watching it. And they're in the 18-yard box there. He slips the ball in to the left winger. And the goalkeeper for Barcelona comes out. And this is what happens when he stops. What the hell did you stop for? That's what I did. I literally threw my hands out at the TV and said, what did you stop for? The goalkeeper is going to come out, make a play on the ball, and he just stops. The moment he stops, you knew that was done. Absolutely done, because now he's caught in no man's land. Now he's trying to get back into the goal. They play the ball over, and they head it in for a goal. I mean, just like, what are you doing, dude? Your instinct was perfect. Like I said, as soon as he stopped, I literally went like this and said, what are you stopping for? Other than that, they didn't do anything. That's a good bet. Barcelona clean sheet was a good bet. It just painfully didn't go our way. And then the kick in the D, and I don't know if you can say the D word here on YouTube without being banned, so the kick in the D is Atletico Porto. I mean, did I not nail that game perfectly? It's obviously got the puke sign, so we're going to talk about a bad beat, but I nailed that game perfectly. Under 2.5 goals. How about 90 minutes being played? How many goals had been scored? 0. Goal in the 91st minute, goal in the 96th minute, and goal in injury time plus 11. Are you kidding me? Injury time had 3 goals. There's 0 goals being played in 90 minutes, and now we're going to get 3 goals in injury time? I mean, like, we talked about it yesterday. Like, I'm running cold. I can't seem to turn a profit to save my life. But, like, why do I got to be getting kicked in the D? Like, just give me a loss. Are you kidding me? I actually stopped paying attention to that game around the 85th minute. You guys will see Thad. He's always in the comment section. You guys probably see him on Twitter interacting with everybody as well. Thad's he's a great interaction. He hit me up on Twitter and said, "Are you effing kidding me?" And I looked at his tweet and I said, is he honestly talking about Atletico Porto? Like, no effing way. And I scrambled to go look at the result, and I saw 2-1 and just did like, you're effing kidding me. Like, what are we talking about here? 90 minutes get played and there's no goal, and then I get 3 goals in injury time? That, I mean, if that's a win, we turn a profit in soccer, and it ended up being about 0.93-ish units. I mean, it would have been just under a unit. That one... nailed the handicapping perfectly, and 3 goals in injury time. So that one deserved like 10 puke faces as far as I'm considering. So that didn't go our way. Let's talk about baseball, because baseball obviously wasn't cool to us as well. You can see we went 1-5 and down several units. Let's talk about the first 2. They're just good old sports betting laws. Rays F5 team total over 1.5. They get 1 run. You don't get your second. Just a good old sports betting loss. What about Charlie Blackmon over 1.5 total bases? How did the Rockies put up 8 runs and Blackmon doesn't even get a hit? Goes, was it 0 for 4 or 0 for 5? They give up 8 runs and Blackmon's not responsible for any of that? Come on, tough stuff right there. And then the other one, look, I was dialed in on Phillies versus Marlins, not Martins. Phillies versus Marlins. I got the game right in terms of who was going to win the game. Phillies ended up winning the game, but within that game, we tried to play some player props. Trevor Rogers under 4.5 Ks. I think I saw he had like 7 or 8. That didn't quite go our way. Over 4.5 hits allowed. That was obviously our one winner here. Let's skip the outs one here for a second, because that one I thought was a brutal beat. And if there was like a mini puke face emoji you could use, I would have used it for that. But let's talk about the over 5.5 strikeouts. That just didn't quite happen. He only got 3. The over 16.5 outs I thought was a little really rough to us, and I thought it was just a fitting way to go ahead and end our night on a tough, brutal beat, whatever you want to call it, because that's just been the stretch we've been on here in the last 4 or 5 days. Gave up a run the first inning. It happens. Easy second inning, easy third inning, easy fourth inning. Very manageable pitch count, low 70s. I'm trying to go off the top of my head, but I think he had 72 pitches entering the 6th inning. It's like, sweet. Dude only needs 2 outs here in the 6th inning to go ahead and cover over 16.5 outs. Well, he got 1 out, and in the process of getting the 1 out, he gave up a few hits, and unfortunately gave up a run, and that was it. We lost that one on the hook when it was looking beautiful. Like I said, very manageable. Pitch count was just, after the first inning, just cruising through innings 2, 3, and 4. I thought that one was unlucky, and I really just thought it was kind of a fitting way, just kind of really summarizes what's been, unfortunately, going my way the last, call it, 5 days. Like I said, have we turned a profit since Friday? I think it's been since Friday. It was the last day I turned a profit. It's just been rough, and I thought Bailey Falter over 16.5 outs, losing that was fittingly. And then we got to throw one tennis bet here as well, Rublev versus Tiafoe. I thought that was going 4 sets. It didn't go 4 sets, it only went 3, but it was super competitive like I thought. Tiebreaker in the first set, tiebreaker in the second set. So there was a window for it to go 3 sets. And to still get a cash, you would have needed a tiebreaker in the 3rd set. But I watched that match, and if you guys watched it, maybe you thought the same thing I did. The moment he lost the 2nd set tiebreaker, did you guys see him take his racket and smash it on his thigh? That looked painful. Even the announcer said, like, ooh, that announcer was like, ooh, that's gotta hurt. Like, that's gotta hurt. I thought the same thing, and you could see it. He was mentally unraveling. Going up against a great opponent, Tiafoe, where they're kind of like, pretty evenly matched. And now you're starting to lose it mentally. That's all it took. And Rublev just wasn't. The 3rd set was close in terms of a score-wise, but if you watched it like I did, you know what I mean from like a mental standpoint. He let it unravel. He absolutely let it unravel in that 2nd set tiebreaker. And we needed a 3rd set tiebreaker. It didn't happen. I think it was 6-4, maybe 6-3 if I recall. So, yeah, down a gazillion units on the day and down more gazillion units on the week. But you know what? Everybody who knows me knows I'm still a positive person. I still like the bets. Just, just didn't quite go the way, unfortunately. So tough stuff, but you know what? NFL's here. We're going to look forward, be positive. Bills are in action. I got my new Stephon Diggs jersey, fellas. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, new Stephon Diggs jersey today. So let's jump into the comment section. Then let's talk about some things. Go to NFL. We got payoff picks, so to speak, to do. Rapid fire. And then we got some changes to announce here at the show. So, all right, with that being said, let's jump into these comment sections. Right. Well, I do live in the city of Chicago, so that's fittingly there, my man. Very fittingly there. Let's get to those here in a second. Let's get to those here in a second. But let's just get to them right now. Teams that are in Europa League and Europa Conference League, and definitely the Europa Conference League. I don't know any of those teams, generally speaking. I mean, you're just talking teams that I don't know about, and I'm not betting on teams that I don't know about. Now, Europa League, we know the teams in Europa League. I don't know, a combination of maybe things haven't been going my way, maybe just wanting to maybe just chill today and realize I've got bets for today, of course, but maybe just kind of wanting to just not have a chill day and relax. But I mean, it's been going brutal, guys. Like, how many times are you gonna get your butt kicked and get back up? I'll get back up, but maybe get back up a little bit easier and kind of ease on into it. So I've got a couple bets. I don't have any Europa League bets today. I looked at the slate, of course. Arsenal's in action. That lineup was, not the greatest, but that's what you're going to get, right? You're going to get rotation when you go into Europe. Let's see what Arsenal's doing. If I was to make a bet, I would have done an Arsenal Man United parlay. I actually made a Man United Arsenal parlay with my own personal money. I never gave that bet out. And Arsenal's up 1-0. But do I have a bet? Nah. I would never make a Europa League bet without seeing lineups because it's, teams that I'm not all that familiar with, and you get rotation in Europe. But to answer your question, I do not have a bet. But personally, I did bet your Arsenal United money line. So hopefully that cashes for me. Yes, we're going to roll out. So soccer's Friday show is going to be big. We've got NASCAR bets. We've got soccer show. And just like I did a bet on Monday in the Portuguese Premier League, remember we did that Pacos, team total over 3.5 cards. I now think, and I told you guys, once we get to week 5, week 6, and on forward, I think there's enough data where you can start to look at the corners market. You can look at the cards market. You can look at over 2.5, under 2.5. So to answer your question, I haven't been looking. We'll see if we can roll out any bets on Friday. But yeah, just like you saw me roll out a bet on Monday in the Portuguese League, these bets are coming. These bets are being researched. So yeah, we'll do that. Love the positivity. Love it. 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 You parlay Barcelona margin of 3 goals. That did not work out. Tottenham won 2-0. Bayern won 2-0. Tough stuff right there. Yeah, this is the man right here. This is the reason why the show looks good, by the way. If you need any graphics, you need stuff, this is the guy. Great supporter, and turns out he, has a profession that also can enhance the entertainment and quality of our show. So good stuff right there. You had Atletico 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. I mean, I don't really want to talk about that game. That game really hurts me. Well, we're gonna take it easy from baseball today. I can tell you that. More just positive comments. Love that. West Ham, Freiburg. I like Freiburg at home to score. I don't know if Freiburg is at home, but West Ham, they're at home against a team I couldn't even know where country they're from. That's what I'm talking about. You get in this Europa Conference League. Obviously, I know West Ham, but I couldn't tell you anything about that opponent that West Ham's playing. So do I want to put my money on that? Should West Ham win? I don't know. West Ham looks terrible, but you would think they could beat a team that, I don't even know who the hell they are, but I don't know. Yeah, we're on the same side. Spills Mafia. You know what? I predicted, if you guys follow me on the NBC Sports Predictor app, I made a video. I actually picked the Rams. I want to go back in and change it. I picked the Rams. Sometimes when you play these free contests, you want to kind of like hedge your emotions. So when the Bills win in real life, obviously I'm super ecstatic. But when the Bills don't maybe win in real life, I got my head, so to speak, on the NBC Sports Predictor app because I picked the Rams. That's kind of what it felt like. But now I kind of feel like going back into that app and changing it to the Bills because that's the way I feel and that's my team. So yeah, we'll kind of see what happens. What's going on, Chris? What's up, man? Cool. Yeah. Yes. Everybody can't wait for the cash cow in basketball to come back. I got that jersey. I can't wait till we move into this new house, guys. I bought a mannequin, and in the studio, part of the decorations of the new place is going to be a mannequin, and we can rotate jerseys on the mannequin based on the season. We got some good things cooked up in the new spot. So, All right, with that being said, the Bills are not a trap today. Don't you say that, Chris. Don't you say that. I will tell you this, for everybody saying the Bills are a trap, and I get it, and this will go into your thing. Last eight seasons, the defending Super Bowl champ is 7-1 straight up. So if you think the Bills are going to win, no. You know how these Super Bowl champs come out in game one at home. When they lift the banner, they get their rings. They're 7-1. Super Bowl defending champs are 7-1 straight up in week one. Food for thought right there for people who are thinking maybe the Bills can go ahead and get the win. That being said, let's keep the conversation rolling here about the Bills. Or not about the Bills, about the NFL. This is it, fellas. Last day. I'm going to take screenshots of both of these groups. And if you don't get in by tonight, you done missed your chances. I'm actually curious. Let's see how many people we've got in these groups. I'm curious. Let's see. Pigskin Pick'em contest. Tell your friends, guys. I'm giving away $25 each and every single week. $25 each and every single week to the winner of the Winning Bets League. We got 28 people in the Pigskin Pick'em contest. I assume we have 28 people in the Eliminator Challenge, but I guess you never. We have 31 people in the Eliminator Challenge. Got more people competing. Is that because I'm giving away $200 in that league, or what's going on there? But either way, fellas, this is your last chance. You got until 7:20. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and take screenshots. We won't let people get in there. So if you want to take my $25 every week in the Pigskin Pick'em contest, or if you want to take my $200 in the NFL Eliminator contest, in this video description is where you can find that information. Down it in this. Get in the groups. It's going to be so much fun. If you guys were in it last year, you guys remember. All right. What else do we want to talk about? Let's talk about today's bets. I gave both of these out on Twitter earlier. I will put them back up. I will say this. First, let's talk about Allen Robinson right here, over 59.5 receiving yards. Every single sportsbook now has him in the mid-60s. So, got to like that, right? On the right side. Generally speaking, always on the right side. But before you ask me, hey, this DraftKings has, I think it's 65.5. Don't ask me if you can play it to 65.5. If you want to ask me that question in week 5 or week 6, I think that's more than a valid question. And there will be data to support, okay, I got it at 59.5. Yes, you can play this up to, let's just say, 67.5. But on week 1, when there's no data and we're just, trying to make predictions, generally speaking, off no numbers in 2022, I'm not going to tell you what you can play it up to like I would, 5 weeks from now. So if you want to take a chance on the mid-60s, go for it. But I gave it out at 59.5. Hopefully you guys grabbed it when I sent the tweet out. Same thing here for Devin Singletary. This number is not at 12.5. This number is now 11.5. So another bet I'm on the right side of. Doesn't mean jack crap. Hopefully we get the cash. That's the only thing that matters. But both of these bets you cannot get. Hopefully you're following me on Twitter. You got the numbers that I gave out. Sit back, watch it. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. But as of now, those are the only 2 bets I'm going to go ahead and roll with. Just going to take it easy tonight. Going to take it easy, generally speaking, in week 1. Not going to have a ton of volume in week 1 in the NFL. And, of course, once we get data and numbers, we'll just kind of ramp up the bets accordingly. But, yeah, so Allen Robinson, over 59.5 receiving yards, and Devin Singletary under 12.5 carries on the right side of both based on the numbers and how everything's moved. Can the NFL be cool, and can we get some cashes? All right, tennis bets and MLB bets. I don't have any tennis bets today. There's only the ladies semifinals. Generally speaking, wasn't feeling it. So we'll have to come back tomorrow and we'll do some tennis. Hopefully you guys watched the tennis last night. That Sinner Alcaraz match was unbelievable. Hopefully you guys are watching that. Some good stuff. Even that Rublev Tiafoe match, it went straight sets, 3-0, but it was still entertaining as hell. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the shoe open. So no tennis today. In terms of MLB, there's like 6 games, and the MLB must know what's up against the NFL because everything is like trash. Like, I looked, nothing stood out. But that being said, we'll still do rapid fire. So let's go ahead and wrap out rapid fire. I did research, but I've got no MLB bets. Not a one. But I'm jumping in the sports books. I'm just going to use DraftKings. Let's just kind of do rapid fire, and we'll do that. Wow, is there already a game that started? Cardinals and Nationals with an over-under of 7.5. Nationals at plus 245. Cardinals at minus 315. How can you not like the Cardinals with Adam Wainwright going up against Josiah Gray? We love backing Wainwright. Josiah Gray isn't all that great. It's obviously a Cardinals spot, but this game started, so we'll just move on along. Reds and Cubs with an over-under of 8. Reds plus 115. Cubs come in at minus 135. You got Luis Cessa versus Adrian Sampson. So a glorified bullpen day for the Reds. I like the Cubs in this spot. Cubs are the better team, but that being said, You start getting this late in the season, if you start betting like Cubs versus Reds, like two non-playoff teams, this ultimately is a stay away. Why I like the Cubs and why I like the over. I'm not betting two teams that got nothing to play for and there's no motivation on the field. So I would certainly pass that one. Giants and Brewers with an over-under of 7.5. Giants at plus 170. Brewers at minus 200. We get Corbin Burns for Scott Alexander. You see this in September, guys. We kind of talked about this yesterday on the payoff pitch. You get September call-ups. You get dudes you never heard of. Scott Alexander against Corbin Burns. Okay. I think the whole world is going to be on Corbin Burns today, and I would be too if I was betting it. What about the Marlins taking on the Phillies with an over-under of 7? Marlins at plus 115. Phillies at minus 135. We were right yesterday with the Phillies, but the Marlins hung close enough that they always have good fight. I always like Don Mattingly. He's such a good manager. Of course you're going to go to the Marlins with Alcantara, so go ahead and back them at plus 115. Twins and Yankees with an over-under of 7. Twins at plus 120. Yankees at minus 140. The Sonny Gray revenge game. Remember, this guy, when he got traded to New York, was terrible. He could not pitch in New York. Be interesting to see what he does when he goes back to New York. A little bit of a revenge spot for him. That being said, Yankees are the better team. They own the Twins for whatever reason. I'll go ahead and take the over 7, though. Rather than trying to pick a winner between Twins, Yankees, I'll do over 7. We got the second game here between Giants, Brewers with an over-under of 8.5. Giants plus 155. Brewers minus 180. I'm showing no starter for the Giants and Freddie Peralta for the Brewers, so that's kind of tough not knowing who the Giants are starting. You get White Sox Athletics to end the night with an over-under of 7. White Sox minus 195. Athletics plus 165. White Sox is a better team. Hell, Dylan Cease almost had a no-hitter in his last start. You're getting him again against J.P. Sears. White Sox, wow, that was pretty loud. I don't know if you guys heard that. White Sox are the better play, but see what I mean? We just did rapid fire. What an ugly, quite frankly, what an ugly slate that is. So let's jump back into the comment section, and then we'll talk about some more soccer, NASCAR, NFL, and then I'll keep you guys updated on some changes here with the show. Yeah, new layout sounds exciting. All right, we got a parlay here of Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson to score a touchdown. Gotta like that. You guys know how I feel if you listen to my NBC Sports Predictor app. The Bills secondary without Tre'Davious White is absolutely in trouble. They'll have a rookie corner starting opposite either Cooper Kupp or opposite Allen Robinson. Whichever one gets the rookie, start live betting that receiving total. You know what I mean? Just start live betting that player. So it'll be interesting to see what the Bills do. I assume we're going to double cover Cooper Kupp, and then that means Dane Jackson. So you're going to put the rookie on probably Cooper Kupp, and you're going to say, whoa, rookie on Cooper Kupp. Well, yeah, because if you're going to roll double coverage, you don't want to burn Dane Jackson if you're going to give Dane Jackson help with Cooper Kupp. So you're going to put the rookie on Cooper Kupp, give him safety over the top, either Micah Hyde or Jordan Poyer, and Dane Jackson is going to be on, presumably, Allen Robinson. I like Allen Robinson. I think he's going to have a nice day up against Dane Jackson, would be my prediction. Rams had a lot of star players. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an absolute good game. Remember, Super Bowl champs, 7-1. 7-1. Nice. Look at that last name, fellas. Who's going to knock down my mom in these contests? She knows her football. Cowboys fan right here. She knows what she's talking about. So, good luck. Good luck. How about FanDuel? FanDuel has a free bet for tonight. Yep, if you're following me on Twitter, I have not gotten it out yet. When I tweet my card, which is those two plays, Singletary and Robinson, I will tweet out a risk-free play for FanDuel. So you can get that a little bit later on. We got the Rams. All right, Jared. I see you. Do rapid fire right now. Got it. Oh, you're sweating out your Nerfy there in Cardinals Nationals. Wow, you're risky right there going for it. All right, what do we want to talk about? Tomorrow's show, we've got a big show on tomorrow. We're going to roll out Premier League bets. We're going to roll out NASCAR. Man, we're on a nice roll in NASCAR. See if we can stay that way as they head to the Kansas Speedway. William and I have already broken down that entire race, so you generally know how I feel about it. But now it's time to go ahead and get some bets on it. And we'll roll out some NFL bets. We got our favorite teaser. Remember on Friday, we always roll out our favorite teaser of the entire weekend. We'll do that. We'll also do a couple money lines that we're eyeing. And then we also got some money line parlays as well. And then maybe we'll add a player prop to it as well. What are going to be some changes, though, with the show? Tomorrow starts the return of school for our oldest son. So we're going to go back to pre-summer. Remember, the Daily Show was coming out around 9:30, 10 Central Time. 9:30, 10 Central Time. We need to go back to that same time because I'm the one that has to take my son, to school and what have you. So we gotta have to push it daily. I know it's been great this summer. We've been hanging out, 8 a.m. Central Time, but we need to go back to that 9:30, 10 a.m. Central Time. So you can look forward to that. So that was, I guess, the main news to tell you about the changes to the show is just going to be pushing the daily show back there a little bit. We'll still be doing payoff pitch and what have you, but just got to be able to push this daily show back a little bit. So look forward to that at 9:30, 10 a.m. Central Time. All right, I'm getting hot here in this Bills jersey. Man, I'm fired up, fellas. Who's fired up, boys? Let me know what you guys are on tonight. I'm fired up. Let's see what this comment is. Do you think it's better to bet 10 bets you're confident in or hammer the 1 or 2 you're super confident in? Sports is all tough. I would diversify. I mean, obviously there's bets we love, right? I dropped 2-unit bets. I've had a 5-unit bet. I've had a 3-unit bet. So it's a little tough to answer that. But if you love the research and if you think you've got a spot where you've got a discrepancy in terms of the win, implied win probability against what the sportsbooks has in terms of the value, then yeah, you hammer it. So not a blanket answer. I mean, simply put, it's not a blanket. Alex Bowman to make the cut. I don't see him making around a 12, but you never know. All right, guys, I'm going to hang for a couple minutes. Guys, fire in some questions. Get fired up for the NFL. Drop in some comments. Let's get fired up, fellas. NFL tonight. You know what's great about tonight? We all start 0-0. Even the people that like the Jaguars believe they can make the Super Bowl. Yeah, those people believe they can make the Super Bowl. It feels great when a new season starts and everybody's feeling good and the positive vibes are high. You know what? The Bills are kicking off an NFL season. I'm fired. I told the wife last night, I said, you're going to put the son to sleep, right? Game starts at 7:20. Like, you're taking care of some night duties. Daddy's going to be watching the game. Daddy's going to be relaxing. Boys, I cannot wait. All right, fellas. Well, tomorrow's show is packed. Tomorrow's show is absolutely packed. I already know the Premier League bets. I already know the NASCAR bets. I already know the NFL bets. Let's go, boys. I'm fired up. We need to get some energy up in here. I love it. Robinson to score 2 or more TDs. Don't go crazy, guys, in week 1 in the NFL. We don't know who's going to be who. You don't truly know. That's the temptation, though. Whenever it's a new sport, whether it's baseball, soccer, NFL, the temptation is to absolutely unload because you haven't had that sport in several months. The anticipation of that sport returning is high, and the natural feeling is just to unload. But Robinson has scored 2 or more TDs. I don't know. Maybe the Bills' run defense is going to be, poo-poo on a stick, and Cam Akers is going to run 3 in. You don't truly know, so just take it easy. Take it easy. Who scores first? I don't know. You know what I'm waiting for, guys, and we're going to do it. And tell me, who's my Nerfy Nation out there? Who's Nerfy Nation? DraftKings has this bet, FanDuel has this bet, and PointsBet has this bet. You know what's the equivalent to a Nerfy in baseball? It's what's going to be the outcome of the first drive in the NFL. You get punt, you get turnover, and you get field goal, or you can do touchdown. I like to pick the game that I think can end in a punt because you can see that. You can get bona fide stats, and we remember them from last season with the Commanders, how they couldn't do anything on their first drive, but yet their defense was super solid, that they always forced the opponent into punt. Yeah, we love to find that kind of data. So who does anybody else really make that bet? Because I love that bet. It'll come. I think we can find maybe a spot or two in week 1, but boy, once we really get into week 5, and again, the offenses that start slow but have a good solid defense, I can't wait to make that bet of the result of the first drive. Love that. Love to find the angle of who do you think is going to do a punt. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that right there. Did you handicap baseball today? I handicapped it. I did not like it. I just did rapid fire. You kind of heard my opinion on rapid fire. I mean, look at those starting pitchers. It's bad. It's bad. It's almost like the MLB knew they were going up against the NFL and didn't really roll out anything. So, no. I don't have any baseball bets. So I do not have any baseball bets. That's why you did not see them on Twitter. That is why you did not see them on Twitter. We got Raiders Nation up in here. Oh, guys. Hey, if you lose, remember I told you guys I lost twice on the first day of the NFL Eliminator? You know what? My friends have also lost first on the first day. There was a year where we all picked the Saints against the Buccaneers, and we all went down with the Saints. It happens. It's not a fun feeling. It's an absolute terrible feeling. Who's on the Colts with me? I'm on the Colts. I'll go ahead and tell you guys my pick. The Colts beat the Texans last year by 28 points in both games. The Colts are not losing to the Texans. Come on. Davis Mills. I mean, are you kidding me? They're not losing to the Colts. Beat them by 28 points in both times last season. I'm on the Colts. Anybody else on the Colts? Who else is on the Colts? I know a lot of people are on the Saints out there. That's certainly a trendy pick. And by the way, we will get more baseball bets. I'm not giving up on baseball. It's been my most profitable sport. It was just a bad slate today. It was just an absolute bad slate today. So don't worry. Good. I'm going to have some good soccer football picks for you today. I'm going to have some good ones. Mitrovic to be a goal scorer this weekend against Chelsea. I'll go ahead and give you guys my bet for that game already. It's both teams will score at minus 134. Fulham versus Chelsea. Both teams will score at minus 134. That bet's coming tomorrow. Just gave it to you right now. We'll be back tomorrow with baseball. Yeah, we'll be, if there's a good spot tomorrow, which I'm sure there is, there's going to be 15 games. I'm not scared. I've been getting my ass kicked by baseball, but I'm not scared to bet baseball. It's my best sport, so we'll be right back at it. Yeah, they moved the All-Star race in NASCAR. I just saw that, Brian, like an hour or so while I was at that slab yard. Other than hearing that they moved it, that's Texas, so that's a boring racetrack at the Texas Speedway. So they had to get away from Texas. That's a terrible track. Generally leads to terrible racing each time they go there. So I'm just glad it's not at Texas, be quite frankly. Best bet for today is no bet. Yeah, it's an ugly baseball. If you're betting today's baseball, you're a degenerate. I ain't gonna put anybody down like that. But if you're betting today's baseball slate, it is just not a good slate. And we've already seen a lot of goofiness happen, and there's not. Yeah, I'm with the professor. No baseball slate today, fellas. No baseball slate. We got the NFL, fellas. Got the NFL's back today. That is what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So again, daily show, pushing it back. Call it 9:30, 10 a.m. Central Time. 9:30, 10 a.m. Central Time. And again, that'll be the new time from basically now until, when's school go? Till like early June or mid-June or whatever. So that'll be the new time each and every single day, about 9:30, 10 a.m. Central Time. No, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling those. Just kind of wasn't feeling it. Yeah. But it wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it. All right, we'll let you guys go. I'm going to hang out on TikTok Live a little bit later on. Let's talk some of this Europa League soccer. Let's talk NFL. Let's get fired up. Let's have a good one. Ooh, Arsenal's 1-1. Okay. You know, first of all, why do they make these ladies play back-to-back days? Like, why don't the ladies get an off day? I think it's a little unfair to have those ladies come back. But yeah, Sabalenka over. She's playing Swiatek, man, or Swiatek, man. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Caroline Garcia, I can get behind Garcia, but that Sabalenka, that one's gonna be tough. I think that one's tough. I'd rather take the over and Sabalenka Swiatek than take Sabalenka on the money line. I'd rather take the over. All right, let's end it right there with that. Let's go, fellas. NFL's back, fellas. Let's go. Get fired up, boys. We're going 2-0 today. Enough of this BS losing around here. We got two great bets. We're on the right side of them. One of them is in the mid-60s. The other one has already dropped by one carry. We're on the right side. Like, can we just be rewarded? Can we be rewarded? And if we lose, don't lose on the hook. Like, don't do me dirty like that. I've had enough kicking the groins lately. I don't need to be losing these props on the hook. So be cool. Enjoy tonight, fellas. The NFL is absolutely back. Enjoy tonight. Good luck with your team. I'm sure your team probably doesn't play until Sunday, but either way, let's go, fellas. Let's go. Well, guys, we'll see you back tomorrow. Appreciate the energy tonight, or the energy here today, fellas. It's been fantastic. All right. Have a good one, fellas.